Hold on. I gotta get in character. Hold on.
Oh! Welcome to Trentendo. I'm Trentendo. Today we're not playing Nintendo. I am me, you are you, and we are we. But we're not playing the Wii because the Wii doesn't play movies. Today we're going to be watching all of the Fast and the Furious movies. Just like I watched all the Tarantino movies. Let's cut to a clip.
Enjoy the flick with a tasty beverage and Royale with cheese.
Today, though, I'm joined with some friends, so I'm not sitting there going insane on my own. Today I'm joined with Kevin and Katie.
Hello.
Hey guys. Kevin, you might remember from the beatbox video. Let's cut to a clip.
Ew, 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 shh, ew, ew, ew.
Katie, you might remember from that intro a few seconds ago. Kevin and Katie.
Hello.
We're gonna do all the Fast and the Furious movies non-stop. You might leave for a little bit.
Yep.
You're not going, you're stuck.
Nope, yep, I'm here.
You're here all freaking day. Now we're gonna do the first 7. The 8th one's still in the theater right now. The F8 of the Furious.
The Fate.
Yeah, the Fate of. I went to see the movie in the theater and I didn't know that F8 was Fate. I'm the last person. It was as I was leaving the theater. I went, oh.
I get it.
I thought it was one of the keys on the keyboard.
F8. Control F8. We're going to start out with The Fast and the Furious, 106 minutes. Too Fast, Too Furious, 108 minutes. Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, 104 minutes. Fast and Furious, 107 minutes. Fast 5, 130 minutes.
Doesn't that have the Paul Walker tribute?
Fast 5? No, he died later.
Was it 6?
7, I think. Yeah. He made it. He almost made it. Fast and Furious 6, 136 minutes. Furious 7, 137 minutes. The total is 822 minutes. Can't wait. 13.7 hours, so 14 hours of Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I love it when I get the title of the video after I start. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Woo.
We just watched Fast and Furious, the first one. Great, it was a lot of fun. What did you guys think of it? Katie, you've seen it already before.
So it brought up a lot of memories of high school and remember when we went to go see it in the theater and
Right.
Paul Walker, you know.
Young Paul Walker. They're all
Yeah.
babies in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Kevin, this is your first viewing.
Yeah.
Like or not like?
It was, paint by numbers, kind of.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now here's my thought. The main guy, Brian, right?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
R.I.P.D. Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, not a good guy. Bear with me. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it. I'm probably the only person who hasn't.
There's a lot of people getting shook right now. We don't speak ill of the dead.
I'm talking about his character.
Yeah, Brian.
He's an undercover detective who the whole point is for him to bust the bad guy. So he befriends all of the bad guys, even falls in love with one of them. But here's the thing, by the end of the movie, he betrays all of his friends and love interests by telling him he's a detective, and he lets the bad guy go at the end. So he's not doing his job, and he's betraying his friends. He's just a really bad person.
Hey, snitches get stitches.
Commit to one or the other. Either be either part of the bad group or be a good detective. He did neither.
Don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing.
Exactly.
I'm going to read a few comments. Aaron, Aaron says, I haven't seen it since my first viewing on a Van Gelder charter bus to Chicago in 7th grade with my asshole classmates. It was a bit much for our near-retirement math teacher, Mrs. Bever. Glenn says, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. You never had me. You never had your car. I swear to God, I wanted to, I'm watching the movie with them and I didn't want to ruin it by just saying every line. I said earlier, I was like, oh, this is my favorite one. I kind of see why people don't like it now. It's got some stuff in it that's like, why did I think that was cool? Why was I all about it?
I mean, it could have been worse, I suppose, but
It was more sentimental, for me, but as far as actually holding up, maybe not. Everyone say, let's all go to Race Wars.
I got a comment here from my mom.
Oh, no way.
It says, it's only a movie. Don't try in real life.
Yeah.
I will not try tuna with no crust.
Oh, Andy posted a picture. It's the scenes, and it's like, take a look at it. So basically, it's Paul Walker. He's like, hey man, he's in my face. Vin Diesel's like, I'm in your face. Megan said garbage. That's my only thought.
Garbage?
We're going to have words later, Megan. And Brandon, buddy Brandon posted, guess who hasn't seen Fast and Furious 7? It's a picture of, look at this one. It's Vin Diesel. Andy says, someone let me know when Trent comes up in the 3rd movie. Oh, Bama Boy. We'll get there. We'll talk about that later. Thanks, Andy.
I just got some likes. I didn't get any comments or
Okay.
anything. So
Well, the good thing is, like when I did this last time, they were going back to them. I would go back and check all the previous comments and stuff, and it gives people more time. It's a lot because we're giving up an entire Saturday, our God-given day of rest, to do this.
And it's
so.
like still early in the morning too.
Excited for the next one?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried it might be a little too furious for me.
This is like I was saying, it was this morning, I was like, the first one's my very favorite, the second one's my second favorite. I'm doubting that now after the first one. This one, I might not like this one as much as I thought I did.
Yep.
See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, we're back. We just watched Too Fast, Too Furious. What did you guys think of it? Kevin, your first time.
What I expected, because near the end they ramp their car off. Half the movie was them in the air off the ramp. They land in a boat, and then they meet like the bad guy. I expected Brian hand him keys to another boat. Like,
Oh, you a 10-second boat?
Because he's just like overly sympathetic to the bad guys on every single movie.
Makes sense.
Like he got too attached to them. Now he's gonna be like a drug lord guy, boater in the next one.
Like that's a thing, a drug boater. Oh, is he a drug boater? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
he's gonna be a drug boater.
real DB. You've seen this before.
Yep. Been a long time. It was good. I didn't remember a lot of it, but then a few minutes before the boat scene, I was like, I remember what happens.
Like out of amnesia, and you're like, I remember
Yeah.
everything. I actually now, having gone back and watched the first one, I think the second one might be my favorite. That was a riot. It's a fun movie. Like, it's a fun time.
There wasn't as many references to crustless tuna sandwiches.
Yeah,
like there
kinda
was in the
missed
first
that.
one.
We
I
don't
hope
know
they
if
did
the
that.
hoagie was tuna or not.
Oh, we don't know.
It could have been a tuna
Could've
hoagie. Let's check out some comments real quick.
Yeah.
The new comment for Too Fast, Too Furious, Adam said, tell Vin Diesel that I think he's more unleaded. Not enough to be premium and not worthy of bio, solar, or electric. Aw. Kidding. Sounds like a big adrenaline day.
I got some people telling me to just skip right to 3.
See, they're wrong. You're about to witness how bad a movie can be.
I've heard a lot of stories about 3.
There's people right now getting shook because I'm saying that. Shane says, I thought about watching along with you while I'm at work today, but we don't have any F&F DVDs. What? And how do you not have any Fast and Furious in that store? That sucks, man. What, you don't have all of them at home, like me? Derek says, I'm so glad that you're doing this.
Andy, Andres, told me to hang tight because it's going to be flying off the rails soon.
It gets a little out of hand. Yeah.
That's what I hear. My own comment, if I'm allowed to do that.
Sure.
My favorite quote of the movie was when Brian was saying, I'm gonna choke you,
I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna choke
as
you.
he is choking him. You don't need exposition for the thing that you're doing right then and there.
Which
Yeah,
his
yeah.
actor's secret was that he was going to tell everything that he's doing because he was like, so you know how we're undercover, right? Like in the bar.
Yeah,
So
he's always telling.
his actor's secret is he has to tell everything. Going back to the first comment from the first one, Cheryl says when they get ready to race at the end and the Charger takes a bite, awesome. I get all butterflies inside. Nate says I like the part where the cars go fast. Brandon says, I like the part where Jordana Brewster, any part here. The one that makes the sandwiches.
Yeah.
But that story is going to go on hold because now we're going to divert to something that barely has anything to do with the saga and get to watch Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
I'm really excited for that.
3 fast, 3 furious. We just watched what I consider to be the scourge of the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. This is the first time for both of you guys watching this.
What happened? Like, what's the plot?
We were watching it, and I was like, it is just a assemblage of things happening, and there's not really a story. Kind of all of a sudden over, but it's still not over quick enough.
Yeah.
Like, it can still be over faster. Kevin?
With the first movies, you guys mentioned how it brought back old memories from high school.
Yeah.
It brought back, this one, Tokyo Drift, brought back memories for me about when I got entangled with the Yakuza and I had to do Tokyo drifting in order to...
There was no
Yeah.
gain out of that race.
Respect.
But no, he doesn't even.
Well, got in a bunch of trouble. His dad was like, I'm kicking you out of Japan, it's too much. Son went to the Yakuza leader guy and he's like, listen, I'll race you. If I lose, I'll leave the country.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if I win,
Oh,
he
that's
has
what I
to
missed.
leave. There's still no stakes because he was gonna leave the country anyway. The Yakuza nephew had everything to lose
Yakuza
and,
nephew.
and nothing to gain. Honestly, the biggest thing that bothered me was that they were in high school. They're
It's
all
a
high
school
school.
night.
Spoiler alert: you're gonna have that feeling again later.
Oh,
God.
I hated that. I was
To
playing
that degree.
Donkey Kong 64 in high school, and these kids are Tokyo drifting being Yakuza members. That's not... I mean, is that what high schoolers do? Am I just from a small town and I wasn't in?
I hung out with people that raced. Like, we did. We drove like idiots in cars, and because we had, like, all kinds of open roads and nothing better to do with our time. I mean, I didn't, like, hang around with the mafia, or I wasn't like drifting up a parking garage or something. We just we drove fast in a straight line. It's America. The last one I put up a post about watching the third one. Nate says, I like the parts where they drift. My favorite part is when the guy pulls off a sweet drift and then he pulls over and takes off his shades and says, catch my drift. And then Sadie says, shut up, Nate. Shane asked me, why am I in Dubuque? And then Nate said, I'll answer. As it seems he's watching the movie. At present, he's down there watching with pals.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, I will accept that answer for now. Sadie says, you're on a short lease, counselor. That's a Baltic effect joke. Sadie says, but I also am fond of the drifting. And then Nate says, you make me shut up, Sadie. So then they're just arguing.
Just got a comment about from Lenny. The best thing about that movie was one of the cars, a 67 Fastback. We got one from Sadie, who wants to watch the fourth one with us.
Yeah, she said a Fast Furious movie without Paul Walker or Vin Diesel. Sign me up. I'll text you, Sadie. Chill. She's the one in the first video that I had behind me, the stack of movies I was about to watch as I was talking. And I'd taken a picture of it and put it on Instagram. And her comment was, you put Kill Bill 1 and 2 backwards.
Sadie picked up that my Kill Bills are out of order. She's right.
And then Nicole says, honestly, I stopped watching after Tokyo Drift. I don't blame you.
I can see why now.
Yeah, I get it.
If I watched this in a movie theater, I get it. Yeah.
Anything else new from any of the other posts either? Because sometimes those will come. Oh, I got some from the first one, some new ones. Because those will come in all throughout the day and everything. So, it goes into talking about the female parts of Jordana Brewster. We'll leave that part out. All right, so now we're getting ready for... Okay, so they all have clever titles at a certain point. What do you think this one's called? Or do you know? I didn't ask Katie because we were just talking about it.
I was like, I know.
Yeah.
Too fast. I don't know.
You're close. Fast and Furious.
Yep, that's it.
They took out the does. This is going to go great. We'll see you in a minute. Hey, everybody. We're now done with Fast and Furious, so we've got 4 down. We're over 8 hours in.
Yep.
We've now watched enough Fast and Furious to amount to a work day.
Yep.
Like a regular work.
And it's starting to feel like that.
You look like it's starting to feel like it.
It's hard. I mean, not knowing what the other movies have in store for me, I'm having a good time. I'm not trying to complain, but
you want to complain.
But I do want to complain. Constant fast and furiousness.
It's a lot. It's intense.
You know, the adrenaline just kicking in nonstop.
Are you afraid you're going to be an adrenaline junkie by the end of it?
My mom said not to do anything in the movies, but
don't
kind of want to.
Let's go drive your cinch around the parking lot sideways. We'll get some more Corona. Well, what'd you think of the fourth one?
It's hard to tell if I liked it because it was good or because we immediately watched Tokyo Drift before it.
And this was your first time watching it as well.
Yes.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it again. I liked that we went back, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, like all the people,
Yes.
from the other ones, we came back to it. I've seen one of the other later ones. So
I think it's 7. I think you've seen 7.
Yeah, so it's like I know things, so it's hard to think about.
Yeah,
because it's like I know something is going on, but I don't know what. So
there is like a whole second plot that runs through everything that is kind of throwaway. Like you could it just kind of fills in the cracks. I dug the fourth one when it came out. I was like kind of disappointed because it's kind of like too little too late. Like I wanted to see more Fast and the Furious, and then they gave us Tokyo Drift. So then years later, now we're talking, it's been 9 years at this point, 8 years at this point when it comes out, and I'm like, who cares? Like you guys are getting older, and this is like, you're driving some drugs across to Mexico. Like before, you guys were stealing freaking trucks full of DVDs and people were flying around the sides of vehicles. You jumped into a boat with a car,
I'm glad Paul Walker came back as Brian, the flip-flopping, sometimes cop, sometimes criminal. Started as a cop, then became a burglar. Second movie, he's a burglar, then became a cop.
You need to have a Corona, bro.
yeah.
Third movie, he wasn't there. Fourth movie, came back as a cop. Now, maybe a burglar? Make up your mind.
I think we need to do this real quick and get right into the next one. I think you're gonna be very happy.
Okay.
I think you're really gonna like 5.
Is he gonna go back to being a burglar then a cop again?
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
Let's read
find out.
some comments real quick.
yeah,
So mostly Sadie, because Sadie said she was actually gonna watch it with us. So I think she was doing she was posting as she was coming across stuff. She says, this is fucking awesome so far. I definitely haven't seen it. She hasn't seen it. Michelle Rodriguez should be next level dead already. Timing it to drive her under the flipping truck. So yeah, she's like posting as she's watching it. She goes, "Oh yeah, there's the bottom biscuits." Some girls wear shorts and you can see the little bit of...
Oh, yeah.
She goes, "Oh, Dom's got his thinking face on." I wish I knew what part that was. Yay, Paul Walker! And Nate says, "I like it when the cars go fast." And Sadie says, "Look out, Brian, Mia's gonna ruin your life with love and babies." Yeah. 28 minutes in and only one giant crazy fast car set piece. Like nothing in 23 minutes. What is happening? Here we go. So I guess that didn't happen. And she goes, "Is it ever daytime in LA?" Okay, she goes, "How come Brian's steering wheel is on the wrong side so he and Dom can be closer while they're racing?"
Oh.
It's a right-hand steering car. It's from Japan. Mia said family, and so it begins. Yeah, that's the first time everyone starts going family. And the third one, Little Bow Wow says that he says, there's a guy here that knew Han, and he said he was family. So now Mia's a stunt driver too, I guess. That was pretty fun, but I cannot wait to watch 5. Bring on The Rock. Yeah, The Rock's in the next one.
Yeah.
Really?
The Rock, yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah. He called himself Franchise Viagra because he was in that and he said he revitalized the franchise. And she goes, "Watching the DVD menu for Fast 5. Looks like maybe Dom doesn't spend 25 years in prison. Spoiler alert."
I was wondering if George Clooney and Brad Pitt would be in the 5th one and they'd drive around a casino. So I don't have many comments on this 4th one. There is another additional comment from the 3rd one that
Yeah, what you got?
Mike commented, "I liked Tokyo Drift. It reminded me of the 1st one." Controversial statement there.
I could see why, though.
Lenny, right after that, said, "Yeah, I actually don't mind it. It was better than number 2.
There are a lot of people that really hated number 2, though.
Right?
Oh.
And by the way, we're all saying number 2.
Well, two
Duty.
in my opinion, it was number 1, except the cops went to Brian and said, "Hey, I want you to do all the things you did before, but just seriously don't fuck it up this time." Like,
All right, well, let's jump into it. Were there
do it.
any other new ones, or was that the last?
that's pretty much it, yeah.
All right, let's go for Fast 5. All right, we just finished Fast 5. Katie had to run and go and disappear for a little while. She'll miss 6. But what did you think of Fast 5?
It was an interesting Ocean's 11 movie. I was expecting George Clooney and Brad Pitt to show up.
Han's back. He came back in the last one for a bit, and he was in the whole thing in this one. Now he's shipped with Giselle, and all that's going on. Katie was like, "We got to talk about this." Every movie, with the exception of the 3rd one, have commercials for some form of Bring It On. There's Bring It On Again.
Oh, it is Bring It On.
And then Bring It On...
The musical.
Yeah, the musical, and then... Wait. So, no, it was Bring It On in the theater, Bring It On for DVD, Bring It On Again, and then Bring It On the musical. I don't know if the 3rd one had one. We'll have to wait and see if the 6th one has one. We're about to see right now, but there might be another Bring It On movie. This is a bigger discovery than actually watching the movies.
I'm really holding out for some kind of Bring It On.
But this one was a lot of fun. I think the 5th one, I understand, it's a gateway movie for a lot of people. It's poppy, it's popcorn, it's not as serious. Even though there's a lot of backstory, we have a lot of characters that came back. Vincent came back and he's gone now.
I feel like they kind of shoehorned cars into it. Because they had to remember...
They're stealing cars, and then they need cars to drive past the cameras. And then they need cars to carry a safe.
Well, towards the end, when everyone's successful and everything went smoothly, they had to show the only expensive thing anyone bought were expensive cars.
Yeah, everybody bought cars with their money.
You're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a Fast and Furious movie."
This right here is telling me, "Welcome to Boston. See where your friends have been in the city."
Oh, shoot, hold on. I gotta go get my...
Why does my phone think I'm in Boston?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I can't.
Nate said, "I like when the cars go fast." Sadie said, "Trains, The Rock, a big safe, bottom biscuits, and fast cars. Oh, and Rio. Yay, getting the team together. Dom, you are wanted. People are looking for you. Put on a fucking hat or something." And they said, "Sadie, do you think everyone is watching this with you?" She says, "Trent is." And he goes, "Good point." So I appreciate you doing that. This is great. Sorry I'm not looking at it while we're doing it, because I was actually going to edit this video while I watched some of the movies like I did with the Tarantino one, but I just started getting into watching it. We were talking and having a good time, and I was like, I got to watch these. So I'm actually putting more attention into this one than I did the Tarantino one. So
I got one from Sadie. Quite a few from Sadie, which is awesome.
Yeah, she's doing it too.
A lot of good ones from Sadie.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Where does the movie take place? If only there was some kind of landmark they could show us 8 times throughout the movie. And Trent, do you want to edit in the picture? You don't
like I'll move so it looks like the camera's moving. I wish we had a drone right now.
Oh, another thing that we brought up, Sadie as well as the rest of us, Near the end of the movie, when they're planning their big heist, they probably spent more money on the planning than what they got out of the heist.
Like buying a safe.
That
giant
high
vault.
tech, really good safe,
Mm-hmm.
mock safe, the cars, building like this whole test practice thing.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
So Shane says, how have the characters grown in the last 5 movies? And Sadie answers, they are all pretty much superheroes now.
Oh, I was pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
First movie where Brian did not flip flop. He finally remained.
You think he's finally not letting anyone down?
I think he's now getting.
Has he earned your respect?
He's earned my respect because to some people that means more. Oh, my favorite quote from this movie was from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson near the beginning. The quote was, "Give me my veggies."
Yeah, seriously, my
Double.
posts are saying I'm posting from. My first one said I posted from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm not in Boston, Massachusetts. How did that happen? Is the government hacking my phone again? So we have gone at this now 5 movies, so roughly 10 hours or so.
I'm having fun. I'm getting exhausted though. This is a marathon. I see why they call it a movie marathon. It is genuinely exhausting.
And that's what the meaning of the word marathon is. There's only 2 more movies though. We got Fast and Furious 6, or Furious 6, or Fast 6, whatever you want to call it. It's up next, and yeah, we'll see you again in a minute. All right, so we just finished the 6th Fast and Furious, aka I call it Fast and Furious 6, the big letty down. We're doing great. Kevin is about to die, though.
Yep. I got a little bit of a break, but
Yeah,
you
but you
guys
had to
are
go and dance
Yeah,
at a thing.
yeah.
So, Kevin, what'd you think of 6, buddy? Is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ain't 9.
I like the Batman mobile. I like the Superman reference where he catches the girl in midair. Oh, and also in Batman, he catches what's her name?
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
They land on a
and land on a vehicle.
Yeah.
This is Batman.
This movie is one of the most ridiculous ones, I think. You missed
Yeah.
a large portion of it, but what did you think? Just what you saw of it?
Not very realistic at all.
You didn't even miss half of it though. It's kind of
Yeah.
a longer movie.
Yeah,
It's one of the longer ones.
It was good, but yeah, it was very. The special effects are great.
All right.
Previous movie was Ocean's 11. This is Batman. I'm wondering what the next movie will be.
The Matrix. All right, so checking Facebook real quick on the post for this last one. Nate said, "I like the part where the cars go fast."
Yep.
Nate also said Nick CR has the flu. Sadie says, "Nice. I'm seriously considering turning my back on family." And Matt says, "I don't believe that you're in Iowa. It's probably because my Facebook also said that I was in Boston."
So weird.
I think Sadie made a comment that describes this movie pretty well. Owen fucking Shaw.
Yeah.
Is that Gaston?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Gaston. Yeah.
So I had a hard time after realizing that was Gaston. I had a hard time watching him without thinking of Gaston.
Nate actually posted something else that wasn't about it going fast. He said, "Are you gonna watch Nate of the Furious today?"
No, it's not home video today. That's why we're only doing this. But I do have a question about the 8th one for you guys when we get finished here. So.
Is it the Ocho?
No, I wish it was the Ocho. Thank you so much, everybody, for posting.
Let's do it.
We're gonna race to the finish line.
Yep.
We're
We're gonna eat some lasagna soon, and then
that's it.
we're gonna watch it.
Kevin, you gotta make it, buddy. You're so close.
Oh, Jason Statham.
You're so close. Spoiler alert.
Oi!
Oi, Jason Statham.
We did it. We made it through all of the Fast and Furious movies that are on
Done.
home video.
Almost. We started almost. It was at 8, right?
It's around 8 o'clock.
8
It's
a.m.
almost midnight.
So that put us at. Oh, it took a little bit longer then. So it took a couple hours longer than what we planned on. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. What'd you think of the 7th one?
It was all right. You know, it kind of turned into a Marvel movie. They're all invincible. They're like flying and
The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, that's because everybody's contracts are to the point where they're like, I can't lose a fight. And you've seen it before already. You saw it in the theater.
Yes, I did.
Was it better a second viewing or?
Yeah, because then I remembered, like, picked up on stuff and was able to bring back from the things we saw in the previous movies where I'm like, wait a minute, I know something's going on here.
Why is
So
all this happening?
Right?
I
Yeah.
honestly, having seen it this time, I think it was too long. I think there's like a huge chunk that could be taken out of it. Like, you could probably take 15, 20 minutes out of it and we would be fine. The story would be just as good and we would Because it just kept dragging. It was like, okay, we get it. And then you have to kill another thing, and another thing blows up. And then here comes the rock and an ambulance.
And that Paul Walker tribute.
The Paul Walker tribute.
that was
good.
killer. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Got some from the seventh one. Nate said he likes the part where the cars go fast. Glenn says, this one was one of my favorites. And Shane says, FAS 7, AN 7, T7, E7, Euro 7. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
A thing from Ian saying, I want to say that I'm proud of you guys for following through on this.
Just for you, Ian.
And then shout out to my Aunt Patty and Bill. This was the Chronicle of Your Lives, so we enjoyed watching it. Thanks for putting it together for everyone to see.
Sure wasn't the Chronicle of Riddick. No,
Right.
You sure they didn't get the wrong
Yeah,
one?
right.
Well, I wanted to ask you a question, both of you guys. Having done this, if I were to say right now that I have Fate of the Furious and we could watch it right now,
Oh, God.
I don't.
Okay.
If I did, would you say yes?
Another day.
Another day.
Okay.
I'm like,
Not yet.
I told him, I'm like, I'll be more than happy to watch the Fate of the Eight another day.
Yeah, I'd probably finish it if I already had it. I've already seen it though. If I would have been seeing it for the first time, probably not, because it's a lot to. The last one's a lot to process. Every time we would watch one, I'd be like, "Oh, you think that's crazy?" Then we
Just
would watch
wait.
the next one. And it's like, I don't know how they're going to keep topping it because they said they sign on for like 2 more movies. I hope everybody enjoyed. Thanks for all the comments and all the views and all that good stuff. And stay furious because you're part of our family.
And stay fast. Yeah.
I'll do a Fast 5 wipe where I make it wipe across the screen and then edit. I say this now, and I'm not going to want to do it later.
Or if
Right.
slowly crawls across the screen.
I'm going to be like editing later and be like, fuck you, Trent.